Hey good people, I hope you guys are well and this video finds you in great health and you're feeling very good about the new year and all the blessings and the love that are coming your way. So this video is going to be about 2022, like an overview of what took place for me, and then also how to make your 2023 greater, right? Because we're going to assume that 2022 was great. We're going to find the moments of greatness in 2022, because there's always beauty to be seen and to be felt and experienced. You just have to put your focus in the places and see, perspective is everything. So for 2022, if I was to describe it in one word, for me it was emotional. It was an emotional year, very emotional, because it just showed me, like, no, it was emotional because I lost dear friends, and it just felt like death was just present. It was just there. You know what I mean? And then also, then I was introduced to grief in a whole different way, a way that I didn't, you know what I mean? I wasn't expecting that, and I think I learned that grieving people whilst they're still here. So I had to grieve connections with people, even though we still existed in the same space and time, you know. Um, I had to grieve in regards to my mom. She spent the whole year unwell, and that made me, um, that made me, um, that made me experience my mom in a way I've never experienced before. I was introduced to somebody new, you know. Um, One second. Yes, sorry about that. Yeah, so I had to experience my mom in a whole new way, and so it's it's difficult. It still continues today. So, you know, um, and the loss of people just unexpectedly. I didn't know people were gonna text my phone and call my phone and tell me this one's dropped, as passed on, and this one, moments before I turned 32, I find out like my good friend has passed. You know, it was like the worst birthday ever, but I tried to make it like special as well to also celebrate him, and not like take that and then just be moping around for that day. And I think because I was away from everybody at the time of like everyone coming together to grieve, it's kind of, I could still be in the facade that what I just heard wasn't real. You know what I mean? And it's only when I got in and around everybody I was like, raw, this is reality. Shit, you know. So grief has been difficult for 2022, but overall it's been emotional. But there's also been healing as well. I've done a lot of healing. I did therapy, and mate, therapy is really good. It's so good because it allows you to see you, how you think, how you feel, how you can look at something from a different perspective, and also to let you know that you matter. Like, I do this thing where it's like, oh yeah, it's all right. No, if you need to feel what you need to feel it, you know. And I don't need to justify people's ways of treating me. Like, if something's ugly, that's ugly, bruv. Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? So there was just so much things that I learned about myself, but then it allowed me just to say, honey, show up for yourself. You know what I mean? Show up for who you're becoming and how you want to be seen. And yeah. So when I talk about who are we becoming, who are we becoming as people? Yeah. it makes me think about how can we make 2023 great too. And in reflecting on 2022, as well as I grieved, I went to 3 weddings. I put on a social arts project. I got commissioned to produce some work for well-established companies. I connected with new people. I learned. I did a lot of different things. I did so many different things. But in my own personal reflection, for me, it was about, okay, then how do we maintain this and how do we scale it up? How do we grow? How do we get to the next levels of ourselves? Do you know what I mean? Because we've started now, the ball is rolling. So I'm going to assume for you as well that the ball is rolling and you've got the ball going. How can we elevate this? How can we become more abundant? You know, if finance is a thing that we need to work on, how can we make sure that we level up and we create more finances for ourselves? Because that's what it's all about, isn't it? It's creating abundance, not just the finance. That it's not all about just the finance, but when I say that's what it's all about, it's about the growth. How can we scale up? So how can we maintain, continue to build, inspire and connect and grow? Do you know what I mean? And if there's anything within yourself that you feel you need to unleash it, because you don't know what tomorrow may bring. Stop sitting on things that you feel like, I'll do it tomorrow. Many people wake up and say they do it tomorrow. Many people wake up and say they do it tomorrow, and some people don't get to see tomorrow. You know, it gets deep like that. You know, so it's important that you be in the moment. Yeah, you're in the moment and you appreciate of the moment, but you also act accordingly. So for me, I realize that there's a few things in myself, that I need to unleash, that I don't want to die with these things. I want to know that I've lived these things, right? So I've put a strategy together, a plan together, a way to execute what it is that I want. And a way you can hold yourself accountable is to share what you have and what you plan to do with someone who can hold you accountable, like an accountability buddy, and really go for it. And what I will also say is that if these are goals that you had already and you've kind of shied away from them because of fear or whatever, then also have some other things in place to help you with your emotions and mental. Because obviously when fear comes up, when doubt comes up, there's something psychologically they're telling you that you shouldn't go for this thing. So whether you have there's a podcast that you watch that gives you that drive, you go to different seminars, you might get a mentor, but just have a support around this goal that you want to achieve. So you know that it's not just you alone trying to make it happen. You've got a good support network trying to make it happen for you too, or just supporting you along the way so you can make it happen for yourself. And I think that's very important, that you know that it's not just you on this road, on this marathon of life. Yes. Another thing I would say, I don't want it to make too much noise. Another thing I would say is protect your peace. Right, so in 2022, if you realize that friendship wasn't it, that relationship wasn't it, that connection, that whatever it is, the parts of you are just not it. Your patterns of self-destruction are not it. Like, we're not going to go into 2022 and still having the same questions. Like, you had 12 months to figure it out. What are we doing? Do you know what I mean? Because we are trying to look for the beauty in a things when it's just a beast. Right? So once we understand what that is, just let it be. Let it be and let it go. You know, we got to let it go, because if we want more for ourselves, we got to protect our peace, right? And also, I would say another thing for 2023 to make it even greater, we're all on this pursuit of becoming a better version of ourselves. I hope we are, right? And in becoming a better version of ourselves, we have this idea, this vision of what this person looks like, feels like, where they go, how much money they have, what kind of relationships they have, where they're traveling, how many houses they have, cars, business, all of these things, yeah? Start now. If you know that your future self has a banging, lean, six-pack body, start now. And when I say start now, start eating for the person that you're becoming. Eat well now. Why are you going to eat well in 2 years' time? Because in 2 years' time, are you going to be that person if you didn't start now? So do things now that the person you are becoming can thank you for, because it's already done. If you've sat with yourself and you've envisioned what's happening in that future you, know that it's done. And what it is, it's about bringing it into the reality. Bringing it into the matter. Actualizing it so it can become a physical thing that you're experiencing. If your future self dines at certain places, go there. One of the days, take yourself out and go there. Go and eat there and see if it's a place that you want to dine at again. See if that is a part of the reality that you want, really. If your future self dresses a certain way, dress it and see if you like dressing like that person. See if it's you. So when you go shopping, shop for that future you that you're becoming. And then you'll realize it is done. It is happening now. That means you are it. If the future self is talks a certain way, is kind, considerate, and all these things becoming, start now. Start where you are. Start with what you have and make it happen. You know, I wanted to create a YouTube channel, and I think this is like a year now I had this YouTube channel. I didn't have a big microphone. You can see I'm using my headphones as a microphone, because the speaker on my phone is completely just not working kind of now. I don't have a big ass amazing camera, right? And all these things. But you work with what you have, because when it's time to level up, you're ready. You're ready because you've already been doing the thing. And things, you know, life has a way of putting you in alignment to opportunities, to meet you certain people, places and things, because you've started. Right? And so, yeah, protect your peace, be in the moment, live in the moment, and also work on your mental well-being. How you think is going to be how you feel, right? So make sure you're thinking good thoughts. If people are not for you and they've showed you that, stop making excuses for them. Stop making excuses for yourself. If you know that you may be idle or you procrastinate or you're doubtful or you're scatterbrained and you've got so many ideas, learn about focus, learn about discipline, learn about consistency, because that's what needs to happen. It's not that you need to go to the gym because you want to lose weight. It's about, well, how can I be consistent? How can I be disciplined? So once you learn about those things, then you going to the gym is just, you'll get to the gym and you'll do the thing, because the path that was taking you there was discipline. It was a commitment. It was an attitude that you developed. It's not the actual thing, right? So the result is that you want to lose weight and you want to look a certain way, right? But the steps and the action to get there is discipline, consistency. That sometimes is our issue. It's not the thing that we want to do, because you can lose the weight. That's just all on our metabolism and how we're going to eat. That can happen. But it's the mentality that we have, right? Are we focused? Are we disciplined? Are we consistent? Do we actually want to lose weight, or do we like the idea of it? Do we like the idea of saying, I'm going to go to the gym? Or do we actually want to be in that gym? Do we want to be lean? Do we want to be strong? How to make our 2023 greater is to start to get really truthful with the questions that you ask yourself. Because your answers will be even more truthful. And then you can act accordingly. We got to get realistic about what we're doing, because life can just say like that. And that's what 22, the year 2022 taught me, that like that. So while we're sitting down playing ourselves, life is doing up life. So for 2023, stop playing yourself. Stop it. We're going to stop it. I'm going to stop it. You're going to stop it. We are going to stop playing ourselves. And I mean, be really serious with yourself. You know, be serious with who you are as a person. And watch your life change. Watch my life change. Watch our lives change. You know. So yeah. How to make 2023 greater. Protect your peace. Don't play yourself. Ask for help if you need it. And get out of your own way. Make it happen. And here's a drink. Let's toast to 2023. Let's toast to the achievements, the experiences, the connection, the love, the intimacy, the abundance, the financial literacy, understanding, the increase of money, the increase of love, the increase of connection, the increase of beauty internally and externally, the increase of the numbers of subscriptions to my channel. Cause you gonna subscribe, you're gonna subscribe. Yeah, just to the newness that this year can bring, and also being in gratitude to what was and to what is. So I'm grateful for this moment, this very moment here, this 1 second that has just passed, that is gonna continue to pass. I am grateful for it, right? And that's the beauty, is being in the moment and being thankful for the moment, because it's only just a moment. So let's live more, let's dance more, let's love more. And yeah, big up my first video for 2023, how to make your 2023 even greater. It's not alcohol, by the way. So yeah, more love, more blessings. Stay divine, stay excellent, and remember to let love guide you.